What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. For those of you who don't know, my name is Chris Moore, and in today's video we're suited up, mic'd up, and ready to go, guys, on our brand new 2023 GSXR 1000R model. Take a look at the odometer right there. 0 miles. She's so fresh, so clean. Brand hammer new. We're going to take this thing on a little test ride, put the first miles on it, and see how this thing performs. We've already let it warm up. First thing we're going to do, break in our tire a little bit. There was an old Smoky right here in the shop parking lot. There we go. That's how you break them in right, guys. Now, speaking of break-in, we got to scuff in our brakes. Literally, they don't work right now. We've got to get this thing literally all broken in. So we're going to start out with seating the brake pads a little bit. Right now, we're just applying rear brake only. We're going to do that a couple times till they get them scuffed in a little bit. Now we're going to do front brake only. Front brake. Front brake. Oh yeah, we're starting to get a little stopping power there. Look at that. Law enforcements. Right there. Right off the bat. We don't quite got all our credentials on us. So anyways, we're gonna take this thing for a little spin, get it broken in, get its first miles and time on this thing. I've already done about 10 heat cycles, I don't know, maybe 7 or 8 heat cycles with it so far. This is gonna be one more, of course. I don't even know the number, dude. I've had it for about 2 days now, and it's been hot, cold all day long, every day since then. So we're getting it hot and cold, but I am ready to let her rip. We're gonna do a 60 to 130 pull with this thing and see how it does in completely stock form. The only thing I have done with this thing is remove the mirrors. The factory mirrors, I'm not a fan of them on any of them. And so we got to ride it. We're going to definitely ride it easy first few miles, get our tires somewhat scuffed in. It's about 60 degrees out here. It's really nice today. And so we're going to get a little bit of time on this thing. Now, I've ridden these things a lot. I've got them, I got a 2017 1000 when they first came out. Then I got a 2018 1000. And long story short, I've had probably a half a dozen of these things brand new already. And I really, really enjoy these bikes. These are one of my favorite models. You guys have seen some of the other toys I have. If you haven't, you gotta go and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and click the bell for notifications and go and watch some of the other videos I have. I have a 2022 R1M. I have a 2023 Kawasaki ZX10R that we will be doing this same first ride with it. Hard brake, get our brakes scuffed in. There we go. Anyways, I'll be doing that same first ride with it. We're gonna take it out. We're gonna, let you guys know right off the top what the each one of them feels like. Now, I just bought the 2022 R1M, and I got it for you guys, for the channel, to I would say research and development / have a fun toy to play with. And I'm not gonna lie, I like the thing a whole lot better than I thought I was going to. It really, really handles well. Now, even though to some of you guys I quote-unquote ruined the bikes because I lowered them down, me, I'm Chris Moore. I'm drag racing world champion, world record holder. I like stuff set up to go in a straight line. Now, that's how we pretty much race prep everything. I do everything for roll racing, drag racing, some kind of straight line action. And that's what we do on this channel. So for those of you who say, oh, you ruined it, dude, it is what it is, man. If you don't like it, go to a different channel. I'm sure there's some guys that do roundy round stuff that you'll enjoy watching their content as well. But me, I do all the straight line stuff. Look at the kids. Playground, elementary school, they're out there having fun. They like to see the bike come by. So anyways, right off the rip, as far as what I notice with this thing, and man, it's hard to say because my Yamaha, I modified it and stuff so quickly, and of course that's how I'm used to riding it now. It's modified now, but stock to stock, they handle pretty similar. I'm gonna say maybe the Yamaha turns and leaned a little easier, just as far as the way, I don't know, it just kind of whips back and forth. But my R1 has BST wheels on it, the carbon fiber wheels, and when you put those things on, oh my God, it is so much different, guys. When they turn so much better with a set of BST wheels. Smell that? That's the new burning off of her, boys. I can smell it. She smells like a birthday candle right now. So we're gonna take this thing once we get up here to a little straight section, and we are gonna run it hard for the first time ever. Now, the traction control, this bike has wheelie control, traction control, all that stuff is currently turned on. From past experience, I know that it's probably gonna do the best on traction control 2 or 3, and that's gonna help keep the front end down. I'll probably try it on level 2 to start with and see how it does. Now, remember we did the 60 to 130 on my R1M when I got it bone stock. I have to go back and look, but I'm wanting to say, whoa, 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 whoa. Come on, dude, pay attention. Was in the 5-second range, 5.2 or 5.4, somewhere around in there, as far as how fast that thing went, from 60 to 130 miles an hour. We're gonna do some hard braking with our rear brake here, put some more heat in that rear rotor to help get it broke in. Notice I keep loading the motor different. Wide open, downshift, downshift, ease in, upshift, 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 wide open. Different things like that, that helps break the engine in, just different loads. That heavier, harder load on the engine helps with the break-in stuff. All the bikes that I dyno, when they come into my shop, guy's like, yeah, I really rode it easy. I really broke it in right. I rode it easy for the first 2,000 miles. His bike always makes the least amount of horsepower of all of them that we dyno. The guy that comes in is like, man, I heated up, let it rip, but first I got it. Well, his makes more. And they always do that way, guys. If you're gonna ride a bike easy for the rest of its life, break it in easy. If you're gonna ride it hard, break it in hard. Let her eat. It does not hurt them one bit. Once they were hot and cold, if it really was going to affect the life of the engine, and Suzuki or any of the manufacturers thought that you might tear it up, trust me, they would break it in for you. They wouldn't send them out knowing that you might potentially break it by riding it too hard. Always keep that in mind. Nothing is going to come with a warranty that they know you might break. Suzuki warranties it because they know it's good. Same thing with all the other manufacturers. But anyways, I do feel like there is a procedure to make it break in quicker and make more horsepower. And that's what we're gonna demonstrate with this bike. As soon as we get done hitting this 60 to 130 pull, we're gonna be back at the shop and we are going to strap it on the dyno and see what this thing makes right off the rip. We just cropped over the 5 mile mark. We're going to stop right over here, pull over, and we're going to turn our draggy on. For those of you that don't know what a draggy is a little small timing device. It's currently in my pocket right now. It syncs up to your cell phone. Very small, very discreet, very easy to use. Literally all you do, take it out of your pocket, connect the Bluetooth features on your phone, and hit sync. The draggy has satellites, and it reads the satellites in the sky to tell you 0 to 60, 60 to 130, all kind of stuff. There's a 100 to 150 miles per hour timer that it times, 1/8 mile, 1/4 mile. All this stuff is crazy accurate too. We've tested this on our race bikes at the track. This is it, by the way. Just go on the little app, hit connect, takes it a few seconds. It's trying to sell us something right now. Anyways, once this pops up, you literally just push connect. It takes it a second, and boom, just like that, my draggy is connected. Now it shows me all the satellites. It's updating itself right now. It shows you the temperature, the density, altitude, the elevation that you're at. A lot of really cool stuff. This thing's only like 150 bucks. And on top of that, use code MOREMAFIA10, you get 10% off. So that's super good too. I'll have the link in the description below so you can see and get yourself a draggy. I'm just waiting on all the satellites to connect right now. Takes a second, but once it pops up, these things are super cool. And like I said, super small too. Saying low satellites right now, probably because we're kind of in a hole. We'll just shove it back in our pocket and continue to ride on. We'll pull over up here after we do one little pull and make sure that it's working right. I'll also go ahead and put this on traction control 2. That's going to give us some wheelie, nothing crazy. Should be about the fastest setting, I think. I'm not scared of a little bit of wheelie, but we don't want it wheeling too high, slowing us down. We're gonna get in front of this feller here. And we're back. All right. Traffic looks clear just as we cross into the border of Mexico. Let's go ahead and whack this thing. Dude, these things with stock exhaust and everything, man, it don't go nowhere in second gear. Literally, I'm so used to riding one with exhaust and modified. This thing, so the throttle plates, not secondary throttle plates, I about told you wrong. The electronic throttle valve in these bikes is so slow to open, and then once it does open at 11,600 RPMs, it goes to cut back. So, kind of BS. You buy a brand new bike, you think it's going to be all this new, latest, greatest thing, and literally the thing has a governor on it from the factory. Alright, we're going to drop her down to first gear, roll into this thing, 60 to 130 mile an hour. Here we go! That should have got us right there. I saw 134 kilometers on the speedometer. 134 kilometers, boys. We're going to pull over, make sure our draggy worked. Just as I was bragging about that thing, my luck, it won't work. We'll get all the way back to the shop after we cross the border, and we got no data. So let's pull over right quick, make sure we got data that we need. We might as well, probably try her one more time. I guess couldn't hurt. You really just can't do but so much with these things. They wheelie and stuff so much. It's hard to get good performance out of them. You guys that have leader bikes with tons of power, you know. All right, it did work. Let's see what we got. History, 60 to 130. It did not work, so must not have got up to 130 miles an hour. Damn it, boy. Alright, so let's go back to this. Clear, reset. We got, yeah, it goes 0 to 60. Damn. Alright, so let's go back and try it again. Dude, this thing don't go nowhere. Got a new 1000cc bike and we're complaining it's slow. I guess traction control 2 worked good. I gotta make sure I short shift on this thing too, because I can literally feel it nose over bad. Alright, so I'm gonna set the shift light at 12.1. That'll cut us out just a little past after the thing is wanting to pull power. So we'll see how this thing does. Test it out one more time right up here. I accidentally bumped the traction control to 3. We're gonna go back to 2. We like a little bit of wheelie. And now hopefully we can get a clear little stretch of road to try this thing out. Traffic a little on the heavy side here in Mexico today. Oh, now this guy wanting to go fast, huh? Oh, we can't do it right here. We got some kind of tree service or something up here working. I do some crazy shit, but running wide open with the tree trucks out there is not going to be one of them. We'll catch it going the other way. Well, that's the power lines. We're going to go up here, catch us a little spin around. And hopefully get some decent numbers out of this thing. Go figure we would have heavy traffic in Mexico today. It is late in the afternoon. Never the best time to be trying this stuff. Let's test the draggy one more time. Make sure it's cleared out. Alright, says we got all our satellites, everything is working good. We should be good to go if we actually get up to 130 miles an hour. Good Lord, I've never seen something take so long to get that fast. You gotta think, my race bike goes 0 to 230 miles an hour in just over 5 seconds. This thing is trying to take that long to get to 130 miles an hour from 40. Alright, here we go, boys. Let's roll. Alright, we saw 145. That should have got us that time. Alright. You can definitely feel this thing nose over heavy. Well, this thing getting the break-in period like it deserves. You can't even hear it. Anyway, the traction control and wheelie control really works well. I know Big Country rode that one the other day, the 2018 we had, and he was kind of experimenting, telling me, you know, the traction control 2 and 3 was about the sweet spot. 3, he wasn't getting much of any wheelie. 2, he was getting a nice little wheelie like what I just did. But I think we at least got our decent baseline numbers. You guys could probably see if you go back and watch it again in the tach. I was shifting about 12.5ish it looked like. Alright guys, we made it back. Take a look around. Look at where we're at. We're back at the shop all the way back in the United States of America. Yeah, that's right, guys. We made it back from Mexico. We ended up with a 473 on our draggy. It says, it says invalid, but it's because we were going 1.44% downhill. Now, anytime that it's over 1% slope, it's going to show us invalid. But we went a 502 on the same stretch of road with our R1. This went 473. Now, you could do this probably 10 times in a row and probably get about 10 different times, to be honest with you. And to be honest, I got to go back and look at the footage. When I went to 502 with the R1, that may not have been bone stock. That might have been stock height with the exhaust in tune. I cannot remember, but what I'm getting at, the more horsepower from the exhaust in tune is really what made it slower. So this thing 473, not too shabby, not too good. It's not that we're bragging about any of that. It's that we're showing you a starting point for what we're gonna do in the future to make this thing way faster. Now remember, my 2022 R1M, lowered, set up, fully, I guess you would say, roll race prepped, so far has been a 362. So that's over 1 second faster than this thing from 60 to 130 miles per hour. This took 684 feet. I think the R1 is only taken around, actually I can tell you exactly. The last time we had the R1 out, we were actually using a different phone, but around 400 and something feet. Hold on, let me look at the other phone. All right, here we go. Here's the R1. The last time we had it out, 362, did it in 525 feet, so I was wrong. That's a fully race prep bike. So from 684 feet to 525 feet. Big, big difference. This was actually going 1.37% uphill. Long story short, who cares? We went 473. That's our baseline number. Let's see how much faster we can make this thing go. But first, we got to see how much horsepower it has in bone stock form. So the baseline numbers are in. We ended up with 163.99 horsepower. The weakest horsepower out of the bunch. Anyways, I think. So I've tested other ZX10s. I tested my R1. This made the least, guys. 163.99 horsepower in bone stock configuration. But it weighed the least. It weighed in at 425 pounds. The ZX10 weighed in at 435 pounds. And the R1 weighed in at 429 pounds. That's the R1M. So anyways, that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed the content. Remember, this is just baseline settings for this GSXR 1000. We're going to fully go through this thing end to end, lower it, exhaust, velocity stacks, tune it, the whole 9 yards. We're going to race prep this thing to the max to get the best times and the best horsepower out of it, guys. Stay with us. This is going to be a fun build series. Hope you enjoy the content. If you did, smash that like button. As always, we appreciate you watching. See you next time.